Good morning, Bycat friends. This is Teacher Brady, and I have a story for us today. I have Buildings, Buildings, Buildings by Judith Bauer Stamper. So the title of our book is Buildings, 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 and the author is Judith Bauer Stamper. What does the author do? The author writes the words. The author writes the words. Hi-ho the dairy-o, the author writes the words. Very good. Let's talk about the physical parts of our book. We have the cover of our book, and the cover is made up of the front of our book, the back of our book, and do you remember this part? This is the spine of our book. Very good. And what is inside the book? Yeah, those are our pages. And the pages is where the story is. Very good. Very good. All right. Let's get to reading. Buildings, buildings, buildings. We don't have an illustrator for this book. This book is filled with photographs. And I think those photographs were found by our author, Judith Bauer Stamper. If we did have an illustrator, what would our illustrator do? Our illustrator draws. In this case, we have a photographer, though. And a photographer takes pictures. So, what is a building? A building is a place that shelters people or things. Your community is full of all kinds of buildings. They provide a place for people to learn, work, shop, travel, or play. Does our community look like that? Do we look like that? A little bit. You learn in a school building. A school can be big or small. You go to different school buildings as you grow up. Let's look inside. Inside a school. Those blocks look like fun, don't they? Those children are building. Do you like to build? I like to build. I think you like to build too. Libraries are built for learning too. One thing all libraries have in common is lots of books. Let's look inside. So there's our library.
We're in a library.
And there is inside a library. Have you been to our library? You can shop for food in a grocery store. A grocery store can be a little shop on the corner or a huge supermarket. Let's look inside. Do you notice any shapes? Do we see a special shape? What shape is that? There's a circle, and that's kind of a triangle. He's inside a supermarket.
We need to clean up on aisle 13.
Shopping for groceries. A post office is a building where workers send mail all over the country and the world. Big post offices in large cities handle millions of pieces of mail each year. Even a small town post office handles mail in large numbers. Let's look inside. Does our post office look like that? A little bit, maybe? Here's inside a post office. Cool. Hospitals are buildings where doctors and nurses work. Hospitals have patient rooms, operating rooms, recovery rooms, and rooms full of special equipment for saving lives and treating diseases. Let's look inside. The hospital, and inside a hospital. I hope we can stay out of a hospital. Adults go to work in many different types of buildings. A huge office building has many small offices inside. A factory has large rooms with machines. Factories make everything from cars to toys. Let's look inside. This is inside a car factory. Oh my goodness, that's very exciting. Look at those big machines. They're making cars. Cool. So cool. There are special buildings where journeys start and end. At an airport, passengers get on and off planes at big buildings called terminals. Trains and ships have terminals too. Let's look inside. Here's an airport. You see, what's that? You're right, that's an airplane. There's inside an
Now
airport.
boarding.
It's very busy. Do you like sports? Millions of people do. Cheering from packed basketball arenas, ballparks, and football stadiums. Let's look inside. Inside a football stadium. Some buildings were made for sharing beautiful art and music. People hear music in concert halls. They look at art in art museums. The buildings can be beautiful too. Let's look inside. Inside a museum. It's a beautiful building. What shape is that building? That building looks like it might be a circle. Our country celebrates its history and heroes with buildings that are monuments and memorials. The Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. honors President Abraham Lincoln. Let's look inside. There's the Lincoln Memorial. Inside the Lincoln Memorial, there's President Abraham Lincoln. That is a giant statue. Every building has a special job. Can you guess what these buildings do? Can you see these buildings? What is this building? Can you recognize what this building is? Very good. This building is a lighthouse. The light shines so that ships know where the shore is, so the ships don't get too close to shore. What building is this? Have you seen one of these before? This is a barn. What does the barn do? The barn is what? Good job. The barn is a house for animals. What do we have here? You've seen a few of these before. What is this? Nice work, guys. This is a gas station. You guys are so good. I'm always so impressed by you. You know so much. Thank you for listening today to Buildings, Buildings, Buildings by Judith Bauer Stamper. I appreciate how hard you listened. Thank you. And we'll have another book later. Have a good day.